What up, my freaks? Ruinous and Psych here with part 20 of my Total Warhammer II modded Vlad von Carstein campaign. So as we saw last time, we have captured Nagashazar and the Desolation of Nagash and have moved all the way down to Lamia, where Vlad is currently raiding, and hopefully soon to take Lamia itself, which we will use together with Nagashazar and the Desolation as a staging ground for Manfred to do things in this area while Vlad goes back north and takes the Empire for himself. Other than that, the main portion of the last episode was taken up by doing the first part of the Blood Chalice of Bathory quest, where Isabella destroyed an army of beastmen with relatively few losses, so that was nice, and we will continue on this as soon as we recruit another necromancer, which we will do, well, at any time, really. It's just that we're saving up money for various things right now, and thus we're gonna wait a little bit, but we're gonna get more necromancers anyway. It only makes good sense. Other than that, I do believe everything that needs to be done this turn is done. Looks like somebody has a point to sign. No, it's just Dieter. Dieter, buddy. Honestly, you don't technically even need to be alive right now. Well, although in some ways you're not. We're mostly keeping you around just in case we need to defend. And I also don't want to delete too many lords right now, because when you start defeating lords, the AI goes, whoa, 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 you're getting weaker, and then decides to attack you. So, yeah, maybe we'll hold on to you for a little while as yet. We also probably want to get back to stealing some tech, because we don't have money, but I think we will have to wait until one more turn. I really want to get these walls up and running around here, because this is our staging ground and our corrupting seed that is going to hand the Empire to us. It's already starting to work. We can see the corruption growing around the cities of the Empire, especially around Talabekland in particular. Yeah, so that's going reasonably well, and it'll increase as we get those Balefire Braziers up and running further. Other than that, I do believe there was one thing to do before we ended the turn. Emmanuel, you don't need to move. I actually kind of tempted to just delete you because you don't really offer us anything. Then again, you do stimulate growth. I do wonder how much is it by? It's only by 10 though. It's really little to be paying 257 money per turn for you. Ugh. Oh well, we'll see. Okay, Red Duke, you're recruiting, just checking that nobody else needs to do anything. Oh, one thing I do want to mention, though, before we end the turn, between the episodes I did something, and that something was breaking our non-aggression pacts and alliances with both the Silver Pinnacle, who now don't like us very much, and the Bone Rattlers. Now, the reason for that was primarily so that not the orcs, so that the dwarfs would like us more, because our reputation with them was severely decreasing, mostly by virtue of us destroying Stirland, and they will eventually betray us as soon as we destroy the Empire, because they're going to like that even less than what we've done to Stirland. However, I just want to point out that with these treaties broken, the attitude is now shifting back towards our favor, so this will keep them around a little bit longer. I've also considered the idea of getting Clan Eshin into a war with the dwarfs and essentially not helping the dwarfs out at all, but we can only do that once we have Nagashazar and the Desolation of Nagash walled up and ready to defend themselves, and Manny here, I guess, and probably the same thing goes for Lamia as well, because we can't just declare war on Eshin, because they'll just jump over to Nagashazar immediately. We really don't want to lose that after all that effort of taking it. Anyway, I believe with that, we're just going to end the turn. The heroes don't need to move, and I don't think any lords really need to move right now. Most of them are raiding to get us our money to build up our empire. Just Vlad marching towards Lamia, so he's going to keep doing that. Kind of curious to see if these guys are going to go to the Desolation, which will force us to, I guess, recruit somebody, probably Manny himself. Ugh, that's another 825. That's so expensive, but whatever, it is what it is. Anyway, let's end the turn, and while the turn is ending, this is once again the 20th episode, and thus once again a 5th episode in the series, and that's just what I like to remind you guys to drop those likes and comments in the comment section below or whatnot if you've been enjoying this particular Let's Play and want to see it continue on the regular schedule, yada yada yada. You know the drill by now. Alrighty, let's keep going. Ooh, the Golden Order is quite weak. Karazakarak, you are moving around here. I'm quite curious to see what Grimgor accomplishes, if anything. No, he just got destroyed by half a... Did he just get destroyed by half a frickin' dwarf stack? What the hell are you doing, Grimoire? See, this is why you don't carry around an army that's mostly made up of goblins. Averland stopped trading with us. Okay, interesting. Huh. I actually forgot that they were... I swear they had done that earlier, but apparently I'm forgetting. Maybe I just expected them to. once we started losing all our rep with them. Alright, Court of Ibaras performed an incantation of Xar. Not a bad move. And what is this? What are you doing? Why would you do this? You want to fight Vlad, is that it? We don't even really need to fight you because these guys will. They'll do it for us. Oh, wow. Snitch is gonna get really strong by taking all these extra orky territories, and yeah, it'll be very interesting to see what happens when we force the dwarfs to fight him. And this is also something definitely the vampires would do, so I feel like that's the right course of action. As long as we're still allied with them when it happens, just gotta make sure that it happens soon. I guess we can have Vlad attack this just for the... I mean, the problem with this is it'll cause us to take injuries. And then again, if we just do it mainly with Vlad, the army itself is pretty darn weak. You know what? I feel like we can do that. Let's just do this. We'll stay in raiding stance. Pyrrhic victory. Pyrrhic victory? I don't think so. We're going to fight this in raiding stance. Do we need to make this a cinematic battle? You know what? There's no guarantee that we will get another cinematic battle as always, so let's just do it. I suppose if it's an easy one... just do it anyway. Alrighty, once again, a pretty simple setup. We're going to do a simple Death Star formation with our with the vast majority of our army. Graveguard up in front to take the brunt of any enemy charges. Blood Knights essentially leading the place with the corpse cart here and the little mini necromancer apprentice or whatever it is that is driving the corpse cart as well. The Vargeists are here, but they're not going to be here for long because they're going to go help out Vlad. Otherwise, Vlad and co are going to target their main units. They are going to go straight for this enemy Goblin Great Shaman. However, they are going to get countercharged by a bunch of Gobbos, Gobbo Wolf Riders. Is that going to matter? No, not at all. They can't kill Mittens and Vlad alone, and even if they could... I mean, wait, even if they could, they can't. And that's alone, I mean to say, because we also have zombies here to help with the meat shielding. And there we go, just gonna beat them and kill them real quick. Oh, and they've got some snotling pump wagons in here for some reason. Well, good luck with that. These guys are taking a little bit of damage, but of course they will just heal right up, and more importantly, the Vargeists are coming in, and they're going to dish out the extra damage there with all that extra splash. There we go. Very nice. A really bad idea by the Gobbos and the pump wagons, and I think that's it for them. They're all going to rout. They're not dead, even if they are fairly decently hurt. They're all below half HP, minus the pump wagons, which simply got terrified away. We can always hunt them down with our Vargeists, who are getting ready. Ooh, this one looks like it's erasing this pump wagon with its little winged thingy. Alrighty, so have fun with that, Vargeist. Let's keep moving. Vlad and Mittens are just gonna go after the Goblin Shaman. I like how they're always working together. Vlad and his pet Vargulf. Just like Isabella and the vampires and the devils of Schwarzhofen. I like the parallels. Alright, here we go. Keep on chasing. Where's that shaman? There we go, Mittens. There we go. And now he's engaged, and Vlad is in here too, and now this guy is not going to survive for long. Even though Vlad has not yet been built out, he doesn't have his blood drinker or anything like that, he's certainly still strong enough to take care of something like this. A couple hits and the Goblin Great Shaman, even with the Potion of Healing, tries to run away. I believe he's also terrified, so that is going to be a problem for him. The Vargeists, in the meantime, have killed the Snotling Pump Wagons or have otherwise made them a rout. They've certainly dished out a lot of damage. Is that a dead Vargeist? No, you're not dead. You were just taking a nap. What the hell was that? Did you guys see that? He was just lying on the sand there. What are you doing, Vargeist? Oh, the laziness. Alrighty. Anyway, over here, the main battle is actually sort of happening. The enemies have actually charged our Graveguard. We will wish them luck with that. They might certainly dish out some damage to the Graveguard, but it's probably not going to be enough, even with the Wa, to really break through the lines. More importantly, once the Goblin Shaman has been taken care of, we're going to move Vlad all the way down here. You can see he's running through the battlefield, because this is a pretty nice lineup of enemies here, and that means it's a ripe target for the Wind of Death, which will be here soon. Although Vlad is like the Wind of Death himself. Also like how this faction has the blue color scheme, because it's literally red versus blue here. And it's really visible, and it's really easy to tell the units apart. Anyway, here comes the Overcast, Wind of Death, which should turn the battle, which is currently... Well, it's already in our favor at about 60-65%, but this should change it even more so. There we go. There's the Wind of Death. Looks like it's going to move through our own corpse card, but unlike the rest of our units, fortunately, the corpse card doesn't really care about it. It does take a little bit of damage from the Wind of Death, but otherwise is fine. This is going to also, looks like, clip very slightly a few of the extra units, and yeah, it even brings down some of those gobos. But that doesn't really matter. Look at that. Look at that swath of destruction that's been left there. Beautiful. Alrighty, and now the balance of power is, well, it went up slightly. It's about 75% maybe to us now, something like that. There we go. Over here, in the meantime, the Vargheists have been killing units. Mittens is still chasing around that Goblin Great Shaman. We also have our doggos working it, chasing off any units. You can see how badly damaged these Goblin Wolf Riders are that run away with HP remaining, because after all, this army will survive after all this. Vlad is also going to join the fray and actually sort of command his army. Not that they really need it, while the hordes chase around any enemy units that are here. Wow, the zombies are actually kind of moving reasonably fast, and so are the Grave Guard. I mean, it's not really that they're fast, I guess, it's just that the orcs are maybe surprisingly slow. Oh, it looks like they got a side charge into, or a flanking charge into us, and then immediately we're out. Ah, poor idiots. Poor idiots. Alright, come on, orcs, didn't you want to fight? I mean, I guess we attack them, but I feel like they should still want the fight, especially the big uns. Stop running. Gotta love you, Graveguard. Wait, also we didn't take a look at the Sternsmen, and I guess these are the Sternsmen because they have the darker color scheme on their armor, and then they have these things behind their helmets. Huh. What are these things supposed to be? They remind me of like the Bright Mages wear these too, don't they? Kinda neat. It's like a gigantic gorget, even though it isn't a gorget, because it doesn't really go around the neck. Huh. I guess it would offer some protection from side attacks, but honestly it just looks like a decoration, because you could definitely stab through it. But anyway. Anyway, battle should actually be over. We're just in the annoying stage at this point, while the rest of the enemy army is primarily made up of units like Spider Riders and other archer forms of cavalry or ranged cav that are just running away instead of fighting. Oh, look at that zombie bowling happening over on this side. Yeah, they're charging right back in, and then they are routing out and terrified away immediately once again. Wait. Who's making them? Where's the terror coming from? That's probably from Vlad, or I think Vlad is the only one that gives terror here. Yeah. Well, regardless, battle should be just about over. We just have to chase down a few more of these units. Vargheists are still doing good work here, killing big uns all over the place and taking no real damage. And once again, yeah, it's just all of these ranged cav units like these Spider Riders here. We have another unit of Goblin Wolf Chariots here. Oh, and an actual Night Goblin Archer unit that we have neglected, unfortunately. But not to worry, everyone will die within their time. It's always nice when battles aren't super hectic like this one is, because, and also they, I guess, last long enough. Usually battles are over in the first, like, 2 to 3 minutes, and thus there's a lot of slow-mo. It's nice to be able to watch them at normal speed primarily. I would do that more often, but, you know, these battles just often end just so quickly. A 2-minute battle, it just makes pointless. It really makes it pointless to make it cinematic if the battle's over, if only 2 minutes long, right? Without slow-mo, anyway. Alright, there we go. Oh, and it looks like we've caught the Goblin Wolf Chariots with our Vargheists now, so these guys are once again going to get ripped apart. Let's see the explosions as the Wolf Chariots explode. Come on, which Wolf Chariot will be dying first? Oh, alright, this guy just laid down there. Oh, and it looks like these guys collapsed at nearly the same time, and the rest are going to book it the hell out of there. Otherwise, oh, this archer unit is still alive, but we're gonna charge it with our direwolves and stuff, and I think once these archers are broken, the rest of the cav will fall. We can't actually catch the cav. That's kind of the funny thing about all of this. We don't have the we don't have any units that are fast enough to catch them. The Vargeists are fast enough to catch chariots, but not to catch any cavalry. And I think even the doggos, these aren't Isabella's doggos, so they're either just a little bit faster than the cav, and thus it would take them like the entire map to reach them, and we could certainly start on that, but the cav would be firing at them the entire time, and once again, not being Isabella's doggos, they're quite a bit more fragile, so I'd rather not have them killed just for an enemy unit that's going to lose all of its ammunition in a few seconds, and thus will be either forced to charge us and kill themselves, or just playing around. Oh wow, that goblin got ripped apart. Love watching the good boys get to work. You're all the best, boy. Every single one of you. Good job. They're getting their treats. And, oh, this guy's gonna get away. Sometimes it's fun to like follow a specific individual unit around and see what's happening. Anyway, I do believe we're in the chase the enemy phase right now, so I'm just going to speed it up a little bit. Oh, I'm going to cast an invocation of Nehek on the blob to heal up just a tiny bit, mostly for our Vargeist, one of which got kind of damaged. Alrighty, well that was always going to be a super easy battle, but if free XP and money comes a-callin', you gotta accept the charges, so here we go. About 2k worth of gold, and a level up for, I think, Vlad leveled up. That's what the 102 comes from, I take it. Otherwise, we could heal up a little bit, or we could take the fort. I feel like we need the money more than we need the HP. Yeah, you know what? Take the money, return the captives. There we go. And I guess, you're gonna move fairly far away. We're still in raiding stance as well, and another potion of healing. Just keep getting those potions of healing, eh? Do this again. I think this time we can auto-resolve the attack. Decisive victory, low casualties. Let's hope that it is indeed low. A little bit higher than I would have liked. I think we got more casualties here than we did in the last battle. Yeah, we did, but oh well. Not a big deal. We can. Oh wow, and the heal up meaningless. But you know what? The return captives not so meaningless. Another 1,000. Plus, we're still raiding, so we can hit Lamia next turn. So yeah, I think that was pretty darn worthwhile. Oh, maybe they'll attack us here. High Queen Khalida is here, and maybe with the other army, they will decide that it's worthwhile to get the attack going. Do we want to upgrade these lich shards? I mean, I do want to upgrade those lich shards. I just don't think we can afford it right now. But let's see, we do have stuff to spend our money on. First of all, obviously, the Graveguard Watchtower, although temporarily move in here and move right in here. There we go. And we'll move right back in a second. So now, this is going to get Graveguard Watchtower. We need another Balefire Brazier here. We could upgrade this Balefire Brazier, although that'll take a lot of our cash. Ooh, no, I think we need to prioritize walls in the moot. Yeah, all of this needs to get Balefire Braziered and walled up, that's the thing. Also, at Castle Templehof, we now have the next level. I think we can hold off on the walls. It's got pretty strong defenses right now already, and I don't think we need to make the investment. Speaking of making investments, how close? Oh, we can upgrade Castle Draken. Oh, we are so close to upgrading it right now. We need the... do we cancel the walls? Do we cancel something? I guess we cancel the lower level Balefire Brazier and get the... I mean, it's only 2k, I grant. So we'll be able to afford that next turn. I'd really much rather upgrade Castle Drakenhof right now. And oh, is Averland going to start raiding us as well? Man. Oh wow, look at their army, it's not bad. I mean, they've got a lot more elite troops than we do right now, but soon, with the level 4 of Castle Drakenhof, that will absolutely change. Now, are you able to assault units? I forget. No, you can block armies, though. 539, eh? Probably gonna fail, but if we could block you in here while you're in attrition stance, that might be fairly useful.
The Empire.
And it's a failure, unfortunately, so that was a complete waste of money. I really wish that most of your money would get refunded when they failed. Because otherwise, you know, all those Necromancer failures wouldn't be so awful. Anyway, you can go right back into raiding, please, and then you can get yourself Gorsty. Was I going to do Dark Pact or Lord of the Scourge or Thrall Master? I mean, they're all very decent. We're probably not raising any more dead right now, even though we probably will later. Let's get Dark Pact. Ooh, although... Leadership, you know what? You might get attacked if they suddenly declare war on us, so let's do that first. And yeah, we still need the other spells in your army as well. Do we make the zombies stronger, or do we make Gorst stronger? No, you know what, Gaze of Nagash, we need to get to Wind of Death to make the entire army stronger, to be fair. Alrighty, so that's fine. You are going to move back into raiding, so we keep getting that sweet cash flow. Beautiful. And then, is there anything else to do this turn? Isabella, you're good. Carmilla, well, I guess you can recruit zombies. Never stop recruiting them zombies. And the same goes for the Red Duke. I was going to have you raid Orky territories. One more turn of that, and then I guess you can, you know what? There you go. There you go. That'll max out your army with zombies. Granted, your army is going to be absolute trash and primarily zombies, but you should still be strong enough to deal with stuff. Although, once we get some White Kings in your army, your Grave Guard and your Black Knights will be relatively cheap. We just need to make sure that we raise them at a discount somehow. Other than that, anything else that we got to do here? No, doesn't look like it. Some skill points to level up, but, you know, who cares? We don't have the money for that anyway right now. Alrighty, let's end the turn and let's proceed to Lamia. Military alliance between Avalon and Kothik does not affect us whatsoever. Looks like... Aha. They do indeed want to fight us outside the walls. Interesting, they probably want to do this because we are currently in a raiding stance, but I think they're very much underestimating Vlad and what he can do, regardless of how have depleted the rest of his army. And so obviously, since the last battle was a cinematic battle, I'm going to make a quick cut here. I guess we'll make another one for Khalida because it's the first fight against her. And this, I guess, is the first fight against the Tomb Kings as well. Even though this army is kind of pathetic, I know it's saying valiant defeat, but I somehow really doubt it. I get that Khalida is really quite strong herself. 80, 77, 37, very nice. But otherwise, kind of meh. As long as we can kill those Screaming Skull catapults fast, and I'm willing to bet that we can. Alrighty, well, let's make the cut. Alrighty, there it is, and let's get to it. Now, the main threat here, I guess, is going to be the Screaming Skull Catapults and the, 3 mages. Let's just check what their spells are before we start the actual battle here. We got a Purple Sun of Xereus and the Death Leech on you, or Spirit Leech, damn it, every time. Every single time. And, oh, you're also Lore of Death. Okay, well that's unfortunate, because then they got 2 Purple Sons of Xereus and double Spirit Leech. Could be very, very dangerous for Vlad. And then you have... I think I already checked this, but yeah, you have Banishment, and well, I don't care about any of the other things, but Banishment is certainly something to be concerned with. Khalida is also very, very powerful herself, but honestly, the mages could destroy our army if they place some vortex as well, so we gotta prioritize killing them. Let's see if we can make that happen. Alrighty, as we head off and decide to fight Khalida here, or rather she decides to fight us with some decent forces here, one thing comes to mind for me, though the fact is we did not bring her a Neferata's head. Why isn't Neferata part of this game? We have the Silver Pinnacle, which she should be based at, and for some reason Khalid al-Muntazir is in charge of the Lamian Sisterhood there, and I'm pretty sure that Neferata is quite alive in this timeline, so yeah, what's up with that? It feels like they probably should have put her in there, especially as Khalida has the Bring Me Neferata's headline, but anyway, so one of the interesting things that happened here was we had a big choice to make. We have Vanguard deployment on Vlad, so obviously we have a major advantage, and we could have either deployed here and killed Khalida and the small army, or deployed here and killed their mages as well as the bigger portion of their army. I opted for the latter. I don't know whether it was the better decision or not, but I felt like the mages at the end of the day were probably going to be a bigger threat than Khalida herself was, because a single cast of some of those vortexes would probably take out half our army, as we've done to the enemy many a time. Plus Khalida, we can use the Master of Beguilement on her, as well as the Helm of Discord, as well as some other debuffs, and like a Curse of Years from Vlad, and thus she will be quite a bit weaker than she is on paper. papers. So here we go. Anyway, let's get back to it. The enemy is moving on to the battlefield, and we are blocking them, and they immediately, of course, summon that purple set of Zeres. Oh, look at those Graveguard go flying. Oh, wow, they're not actually disintegrating. At least these ones are. They're just kind of flying around. Maybe they're having fun for the first time in who knows how long. Graveguard being whites, of course, do retain a lot more of their skill and memory than the skeleton warriors do, and thus maybe they can still have fun. Who knows? Well, minus the hopefully not exploding in those in the effect of that vortex. Anyway, here we go. The enemy army is going to move in, and we are getting all of our elite units, being our Vargeists, our Blood Knights, Mittens, and Vlad, plus sort of the Corpse Guard, all to attack the enemy mages here. It's critical to simply kill them, which will make this battle a triviality, I would think. Although there are still some nice units in here. The chariots are going to be difficult to deal with, mostly because we don't have, well, we don't have Graveguard with halberds, let's face it, and we don't have the White Kings to put them on the field, so it's going to be kind of hard to block them. I don't think the regular Graveguard have enough charge resistance or whatnot, or mass rather, to prevent them from getting out, but we'll see. We've also left our 2 zombie units on the hill here, or rather than helping out, and the reason for that is as soon as this main portion of the enemy army moves towards us, I'd like the zombies to actually block them and prevent Khalida from coming in and attacking us, because once again, Khalida is ridiculously strong. I mean, 80 armor, 90 and 70 melee attack and defense, 808 weapon strength, and a considerable charge bonus, plus she's got magical fire poison attacks. And she's got, oh, she looks like she's got frenzy on top of all that. Yeah, so I wouldn't really count on Vlad in his current state to be able to defeat her one-on-one, and that makes sense as we have not yet built him out to be a fighter like that, but it's coming, not to worry. Now over here, the main portion that will defeat this enemy army is going to be a single cast of Wind of Death, as it usually is for the enemy armies. The enemy is nicely lined up here along the edge of the battlefield as we block their reinforcements coming in, and we're just going to get that Wind of Death, trying to break apart all those skeletons. They may not be exploding into bloody chunks like the mortal enemies do, but it is kind of entertaining to watch them all sort of crumble apart or get knocked back by the Wind of Death. And this is a pretty damn disgusting use of Wind of Death, you gotta admit, when the enemy is forced to line up like this by virtue of the fact that they come in with reinforcements. And look at all those dead skelly boys. I pity them, but fortunately the regular skeleton warriors aren't as cool as the Graveguard are, or specifically the Sternsven, or even the Königstein Stalkers, to be perfectly honest. They're a really nice unit of skeleton warriors. I mean, you gotta love this model, and I kind of wish that this particular model was used for regular skeleton warriors, or maybe like one of the factions, like unique version of skeleton warriors or something like that. I just really like them. They're very nice. I feel like some of the models are a little bit underused to only being regiments of renown, but anyway, that's just a very minor complaint for a game I love very much. Anyway, it looks like the enemy casters are just about dead. I think there's still one alive somewhere in here. Yeah, there's one man that's about to be dead. There he goes. And that was the enemy lord, and now it's just a fairly small amount of enemy units remaining here. I don't believe this is actually the full enemy army. They do have to crumble apart, I believe, before they get new forces on the field. But still, that certainly makes the rest of the battle easier. Now, over here, we've also set up our direwolves. I was thinking we'd use them to harass some of the enemy units in case there was any ranged stuff or any horsemasters, Nehekar horsemen over there. I certainly hope it's not horsemasters. They'd be a lot more threatening, to be perfectly honest, with those javelins that they throw. Man, I'm just remembering the Marauder Horsemasters in my Throg campaign got to be ridiculously strong by the end. I really enjoyed that unit. And I don't generally enjoy Missile Cab all that much. They're more just, like, annoying, generally speaking. But damn, those Horsemasters got strong. Anyway. Anyway, the direwolves are just going to keep escaping towards the edge of the map, distracting a portion of this army, which is also helping us out in reducing the enemy forces that are going to come in to reinforce the reinforcements. Who's going to reinforce the reinforcements? And there we go, another unit of chariots. Looks like it actually falls. The Vargeist were sort of hovering over them as they exploded, which was kind of neat. Now, I do believe, yeah, here we go. More enemy reinforcements are coming in. A unit of Nehekarn horsemen and a pair of chariots just appeared. These ones, unfortunately, they're going to be pretty much impossible to block, as only one unit of Graveguard is back here. So some of them are going to get through, but we still have Mittens and the Vargeists, as well as Vlad and the Blood Knights. All the elites, essentially, once again, trying to hunt them down and dish out that damage. We still have time until Khalida gets here, and we do have to fight her and, well, kill her, I guess. And there we go, as I said, those chariots getting out of the fray. Too bad. Just gonna watch some Blood Knights dueling with chariots and Nehekarn horsemen. Wonder how many Nehekarn horsemen it would take to battle a Blood Knight. I mean, in the game, probably not that many, if it's a single one, but in the lore, probably very, very, very many. Oh, and we've got even more enemy forces moving onto the field. A unit of Screaming Skull catapults as well, but fortunately our Graveguard with great weapons are here in combination with the regular Graveguard. Well, those are the regular ones, and the great weapons are running around here somewhere as well. Oh, they're actually starting to move around here. I just noticed that I saw a couple holding their great swords in there as well. Yeah, in addition to that, I really got to try to get some more Graveguards with great weapons. They're really useful. Oh, in addition to that, a couple of our Graveguard actually got pretty badly hurt in that line. I did slightly clip them, I will admit, with that Wind of Death, and I immediately, fortunately being at the edge of the screen, we were able to retreat them before they ran off. Retreat them before they disintegrated. Also going to get some more zombies up here, and the purpose of this is to A, block Khalida, and B, keep blocking the enemy units of chariots and all that. Khalida's running around here, and I actually was trying to get the Vargeists to kill the skeleton chariots all over the place, and as soon as we tried to land, Khalida started running after them, which is once again a scary thought, and then we had to just lift them back up in the air. Yeah, see, here we go. And she's so damn fast, too. One of my favorite lords in the entire game. And there's the charge. Oh, that was a bloody charge. Oh, that was a lot of zombies exploding around here, and the Vargeist getting knocked back. Ooh, shaking it off, buddy, and then lift off, because you ain't fighting Khalida. She can probably kill you with 1 or 2 hits, which is definitely a scary thought. Anyway, let's speed it back up to normal while we wait. She also has that explosion ability. I don't remember what it's called, but it explodes everything around her. Some kind of venom, I don't know. Venom explosion, I don't know. It's probably somehow venom-themed or snake-themed. Go figure, right? Venom whip. Yeah, see what I mean? It's alrighty. Alrighty, yeah, see how she's still chasing around the Vargeists there? But we're keeping everybody back for now. Everybody that isn't the Vargeist, well, not anymore, but before we were keeping the elites back so they could kill the chariots, but now I think the rest of our units are going to take care of it. And just like that, all the Vargeists together with the charge of the Blood Knights, as well as Mittens to lead the whole thing, and Vlad is probably running in here as well somewhere. Yeah, there he goes. He's moving up. For once, not actually leading in the from the front, but I think this is more by virtue of the fact that the other units are faster than him not wanting to lead from the front. And here we go, and now it's time to swarm Khalida and kill her before she can do any crazy damage to us. We are obviously using our Master of Beguilement and the Helm of Discord on her. That will prevent her from doing too much damage in terms of her melee attack, dropping her down to 25, but that's still a fairly decent amount, and she still has a fairly decent melee attack at 50 as well. That's with some disgusting debuffs too. There we go, has that HP dropped by about 25%, hasn't gotten too many hits in, although some of the Vargeists have been taking a little bit of damage to her, unsurprisingly perhaps, and there's that Venom Wave. I do wonder how much damage that did. Oh, looked like it hurt that Vargeist unit, unless it was the chariots, although I doubt it that they hurt the Vargeists that much. They are fairly good at fighting with chariots. Anyway, over here our Graveguard looking real fly, moving up this hill here. Gotta love the Graveguard. Alrighty. I really hope that someday we get a Nagash faction and not modded. I mean, like a Game 3 Nagash faction that can use both Tomb Kings and Vampire Counts and Vampire Coast rosters in one. Although, you know, it's probably more likely if we ever get some sort of Age of Sigmar title, but it's a possibility. I mean, that's what Nagash does, right? And there we go, just like that, Khalida drops, being surrounded by, let's face it, quite a few elite units, but, you know, a worthy opponent to certainly commit this much of our forces to them. Obviously, for the vast majority of lords, we've only sent Vlad and Mittens, and I'm sure that they could have handled defeating Khalida with all those debuffs, but I also feel like they would have taken damage, and they might not have been able to kill her before the debuffs lapsed, and thus would have created a big problem as she started hitting back. Over here, now the last portion of the battle remaining is, I guess, the Grave Guard plus the Corpse Cart. Little fights against the enemy chariots as well as these Nehekaran horsemen should be over fairly soon, but still a pretty darn fun battle. Gotta admit that. It was pretty exciting. I feel like we made the right decision in Vanguard deploying here to stave off the reinforcements rather than going straight for Khalida, mostly because it took her and her reinforcing army such a long time to get to our side of the battlefield, and we were able to more or less destroy the army before the second force arrived. In fact, some of them are still on the way here. These Nehekar warriors, as well as these guys just got here, and they're being distracted by our summoned unit of zombies plus the Königstein stalkers. I should have really tried to do like a regular skeleton warrior, like a Vampire Counts skeleton warrior versus Tomb King skeleton warrior fight, just to see which would beat which. It would have been pretty fun. Scouts and Spears are just about done for, and it looks like their entire army should now be crumbling apart. The Vargeists have landed on top of the enemy unit of Skeleton Archers, which I guess we had to let fire on our Graveguard for a little while, mostly because we had to deal with Khalida and some of the better troops out there. These Skeleton, or the Nehekaran Horsemen rather, have been doing a great job holding against this number of Graveguard. Though granted, we don't have them buffed up to a crazy degree, but I'm still quite impressed at the fact that they've, held so this long. They are Nehekaran Horsemen after all. It's a very fragile unit. At least the base unit is very fragile. I remember the last time I played Tomb Kings, like non-Arcan Tomb Kings, and using these guys and just like charging into something, and then just like losing half their models just to their just to charging enemies, and not even very strong enemies. So these guys are fairly fragile, and yeah, they're meant to harass and stuff. They're very quick, and they're not meant to charge in that way, but, you know, just to test it out. And there we go, they're dropping pretty quickly now, and over here I take it the Nehekaran Warriors. Yeah, these guys are very much dead, but most of our elites are here as well, plus the Königstein Stalkers, Vlad, Mittens, and the Blood Knights, other than a couple units of Vargeists, so yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with that, and the battle, just like that, ends, and obviously the entire enemy army crumbles, leaving Alamia, well, not undefended, actually, because it has a massive garrison, but certainly less defended than it was with Khalida there. Khalida would have been a big concern if she had been hiding behind the walls when we broke through the said walls, as we would have had a difficult time surrounding and killing her. There we go. Obviously, I'm very curious to see how we did in terms of damage, so let's find out. Alrighty, I gotta say that battle was a pretty pleasant surprise. Not so difficult for our elites, perhaps, but our chaff infantry took a lot of damage to the, to the enemy casters, plus Khalida was very tough to bring down, and in her short time that she was in combat, was still able to dish out 20k damage, almost as much as the enemy that got that purple Son of Zereasa. So very scary unit. You gotta love Khalida. Now, what did we get in terms of damage ourselves? Yeah, well, our elites did very well, 47k on Vlad himself. Oh, nearly 10k on the Greatsword Graveyard. Yeah, we gotta get some more of these guys. That's for damn sure. And same sort of deal on the Sternsman as well. So well done to those guys. These two units, I believe, got off the field, which is why they were dishing out so little damage. Blood Knights did another 26k, another 10k for Mittens. Pretty damn respectable on all of our elites. But damn, very fun battle. Now, in terms of this, I feel like, yeah, it's not worth it to return captives because I guess this is a trash... See... Shouldn't we get more for defeating this? Considering it was a heroic victory A, and it was on top of that against in a battle where we were supposed to, I think, lose. I don't remember what exactly the auto-resolve was saying, but I think that's what it said. But anyway, whatever. We're going to dominate captives to heal up, which I guess, from a lore perspective, probably does make some sense. Khalida Never Living gives us diplomatic relations plus 25 vampire cancel. That's lovely, I guess. Plus 4 recruit rank for missile units, and charge bonus when in foreign territory. Some useful stuff here. I guess the free recruit rank is actually useful for Vlad, ironically enough, because he is going to get some Sylvanian levies. And oh, look, confederation between Grimgore's Ardboys and Skull Crag. Hey, more Chaos Corruption. Do we take the additional Chaos Corruption for the... I mean, it's only for 5 turns, but it is fairly significant, and 3k at this point is also not that much money. Which makes me think that maybe we don't bother with it this time. And yeah, it'll go away fairly quickly, don't get me wrong. Honestly, plus 4 is also not that. You know what? Screw it. Grant the request one more time. It's going to cause some public order problems for a little while, most likely, but, you know, it was bound to happen eventually. Now, I do... Oh, well, we're probably... At this point, I'm willing to bet that we're either out of time or so close to it as to make no difference. So I think I'm actually going to call this episode here. There's some admin stuff to do, like points to assign and all that sort of stuff that I will take care of between the episodes. Actually, we will build that up when we do that. I'll probably even build the buildings between the episodes as well. Not that I do this all the time, but it's probably something that we should probably do right now. Vlad's going to have to raise a unit back. Oh, damn, we can't get a... unfortunately, we cannot, despite there being a battle marker here, I guess, that he's standing on top of, perhaps? Or maybe not, because we can raise some decent stuff here. Wonder why. Only decent I'll grant you, but still. I was thinking about raising another Graveguard unit, but it looks like it's not going to be possible right now. Anyway, next time we're going to start the episode off by attacking Lamia, which should be fairly difficult. I'm not even sure it's possible for us to win at this point. Just because, look at what they've got here. Look at that's 6 units of Tomb Guard, 2 freaking Necrosphinxes, a bunch of Ushabti, Tomb Prince, Screaming Skull Catapults, some Sepulchral Stalkers, Ushabti. Yeah, that's a huge problem. We're not really specialized to destroy all those types of units, and our army is still at half HP, so we can certainly heal up here, but perhaps this was not the... Perhaps this was not the brightest of ideas, especially if we can't capitalize on it. But I guess we'll have to find out if it's possible next time. So with that said, as always, I do appreciate any and all feedback with regards to the gameplay or the way I do things on this channel. Don't forget to leave a like and comment for your friendly neighborhood heretic. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.